Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, bringing you guys something a little special. We're getting down with the Thicccness, baby. And I am joined by none other than Girthquake. Now if you don't know who Girthquake is, he is a friend of Aaron's and Peak's, as well as mine now. So I'm going to leave a link to his channel down in the description below. Make sure you guys go over and check him out. If you guys like people who stream World of Warships Legends, he streams it a few times a week for sure. So definitely go check him out. Give him some of that Spartan love for us. And yeah, just let us know if you like him. But anyway, he decided to say that he wanted to run the Cali. And I haven't run the Cali for a long time. And so we just started running ships that were the same. So he picked Cali, I picked Cali, we go out here and we get a thing. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have the live comms going at this point. So I do apologize for that. We did have a pretty funny conversation for this entire game, and unfortunately we lost that, so I get to do it in post-narration. But, I'm telling you guys, you're going to enjoy this. It's a good match. And who doesn't love a good old match and a little romp with the Thicccness, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to being thick, it's kind of hard to beat the Cali. The Cali's got them wide hips. Everybody knows about it. So, yeah, we're going to get out of here. We're going to get some fun. Now, we take our first shot at the Byron. Byron's bow in. We're not expecting a lot out of it. We get a few hits. Nothing major. 6,600 damage. That's to be expected. But the Cali has these 50 caliber guns, just like the New Mexico. Except Cali has extremely wide hips because of the extra torpedo protection. Now, if you don't know that the Cali is actually a Tennessee class, I think. It's either that or Tennessee is a California class. I forget which one is which. But it's the Tennessee and the Cali that are sister ships, regardless of who owns the class rights. But Cali gets to be the Cali after the refit, so that's why she has all that torpedo protection, whereas the Tennessee does not. But they still both have those incredible 50 caliber guns. Which are fantastic. I believe they're 14-inch, 50 caliber, and oh my god, look at that shot. Like, those are railguns! 6 pins on a Matsuki. Just absolutely nuking that man. Now, why would a destroyer get spotted this close to a battleship, guys? I don't know. Could it be the fact that they're launching torpedoes? Now, he has managed to run himself aground as well, and I'm hoping that my secondaries finish the guy off, but unfortunately it doesn't. But it doesn't matter. He's dead. And then the Byron out here is just begging for it. I don't know who thought that this was a good plan, but they were wrong. As we hit it for 12,000 damage with the front guns alone. And we're not going to stop there, folks. We've got the rear guns. So we're going to swing the Cali's wide hips all the way around, lift the skirt up a little bit, you know, just kind of bait them into shooting the belt armor. Just like pretty much every other lower tier battleship. These 15-inch guns on the Byron actually overmatch. But if you can lift the skirt, show them a little belt, they shoot your belt and they bounce. Especially on the Cali, because the Cali has ridiculously thick hips, as we've mentioned once or twice in this video already. So, you know, keep that in mind. Now this Pensacola, like, I don't know. I was gonna shoot the Byron again, but I figure he's dead and the Pensy is just begging for it. Like, you can't ask for a much better shot at a Pensy than this. And, yeah, it doesn't quite end up the way I wanted it to, but it was a pretty solid return on investment. That Pensy just got slapped. Just straight slapped in the mouth. But we didn't get to kill him. Not yet, anyway. So, yeah, he's going to turn all the way back out, and then he's going to give me the other cheek, which is something I enjoy. You know, it says in the Bible that if somebody smites you on the left cheek, turn the other cheek, right? That's all this guy's doing. He's trying to run for the border, and unfortunately for him, it's not working. As he's fortunate, we only hit him with one shell. Like, that was just a single penetration. We almost killed him. But, yeah, so he's going to live a little bit longer. He's going to get to pester me a little while longer. But it's fine. Now, the one downside of the California is it's really slow. Like, 18 and a half knots top speed slow. But, again, we get another shot here looking at them, and Girth actually finishes off the Pensacola here. Now, this is the downside of being in any American dreadnought, let alone the slowest American dreadnought, which is the California, is when you're out here on the edges like this, it's going to take some time before you get back into the fight. So you want to try to avoid these situations whenever possible. Now, we didn't really have much of a choice. We had to bring ourselves out here. We had to seal the edge, get the enemies away from our flanks, and now we can push back in. But you can see on the minimap that we're getting close to being in firing range. Now, that's not a perfect example of the firing range of your ship, and you'll notice more often than not, when something says you're in firing range, you're not actually in firing range yet. You gotta wait a few seconds. But, it's close. It gives you an idea of where your firing range is. And you can use that to basically start to position yourself to take advantage of the enemy ships when they inevitably get spotted again. And speaking of which, the other ship with the amazing 14-inch 50 caliber guns, the New Mexico, gets spotted, and that is the most disgustingly bad dispersion we've had all game. And we get one ricochet off of one of the rear turrets. Then we fire the rear guns, and it's not much better, to be honest. It doesn't look pretty good. But we get a better result, because this one actually penetrates, even though it didn't say that we got a penetration. It said we got a shatter and a bounce, yet we did damage. You gotta love it. Also, gotta love the damage. 66677. What's not to love? But we took that shot and we get the snipe kill. You gotta love that. Somebody snipes my Pensacola, I get to snipe the New Mexico. It works out in the end. So, again, we're pushing up towards the enemy base, continuing to try to put ourselves in position to affect the enemy team eventually. All of this is for naught if the enemy doesn't come towards us, because we would just never catch them. If they don't come towards us, we will never catch them. So, you got to keep that in mind. So while I am ready to go to their enemy base, I'm also keeping an eye on the rest of the enemy team and where they were last positioned. And given the fact that they're still back here by their base, I felt pretty solid about them not being at our base. Plus, we have Girthquake, who's still at the friendly base. So, worst case scenario, we're able to have him intercept if they come back to the base. But Normandy's giving way too much angle here. He does not know I exist, and not the best salvo in the world in terms of accuracy, but it's still pretty effective as we get 3 penetrations, 2 overpins and 1 full pin. Fuso is requesting fire on the Congo, and you can see Congo is also coming back to help, but I don't really have a shot at the Congo, so I'm going to continue to fire at the Normandy, who's angled again. He's angled, but it's not angled sufficiently for what this is. And unfortunately, this time, he actually slows down and turns in, which avoids all of our shells, except 1. Now, you can see we're getting low on batteries, and you can see I kind of popped that up just to kind of double check. But yeah, the Xbox warns me I'm low on battery. But usually I can get through the match that I'm in. It's just that I usually forget while I'm playing the match, and then I end up in the next match running my controller dead. But we take a shot at the Normandy. I'm 100% sure that's going to kill, and it sure does. So, yeah, you gotta love it. Right now, we've got 79,000 damage. Not a crazy game in particular, but it was a fun game. And you've got an Exeter over top of the island over there. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of feeling a little frisky. Congo gets spotted. We are just begging for it right here. Look at this. This Congo doesn't understand that I exist. Just like his buddy that was just in the freaking Normandy, he is giving way too much side to these 50 caliber guns, and we are going to make him pay for it as we smash him and get 5 full penetrations, taking us all the way up to 92,000 damage and a high caliber. Now, fortunately, Girthquake reaches out, touches him, and removes him from this planet. We don't need him hanging around, causing a ruckus. So we're going to be looking at the Exeter. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought there's no way that I get a chance to shoot this Exeter. This game's over. I was hoping that I'd be able to hit him, you know, get a shot, maybe break that 100k barrier. 100k at tier 5 is a pretty solid, great game. You love to see 100k games at tier 5. They're not difficult to get at tier 5, but you love to see it. It's kind of like the bare minimum in a battleship at tier 5 that I like to show. And sure enough, this Exeter actually runs into the island and starts reversing, which is perfect because that allows me an opportunity to get ahead far enough that we've got a little window in the island that I could potentially shoot over eventually. You can see it's coming. You can see we don't have a shot. You see the little mountain? We don't have a shot. We don't have a shot. It says we have a shot. We take the shot. It's completely blind using auto aim only. Do we hit the shot? Absolutely. And we get the Citadel. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Girth and I had a blast last night, for sure. I guess it would be 2 nights ago. But 97,000 damage, 3 kills, getting down with the Thicccness in the California. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.